And Trump right now is laying out the roadmap of how we deal with weakness. And you deal with weakness with strength. And that is one of the reasons I'm still around, is because I'm seen as having strength.
Katie Hopkins, the woman, the legend, she just doesn't give up, and I love her for it. Here, she's being interviewed by Andrew Gold. I have no idea who Andrew Gold is, but it is a good interview. I'm going to be commenting on a few clips in a few different videos, which will be up on the channel soon. And in this particular section of the interview, as you can see, they're talking about how we word our message. Those of us who are now dissidents, basically. So let's get into it. I think her approach is right. I think his approach is wrong. He's got like the softly, oh, let's not upset people with nasty words. But I'll let him say his piece, and let's see what Katie has to say in response to it. Let's just line it up and let's get going. Katie Hopkins doing what she does best.
But I would also say that we also have a duty, and this is maybe where you and I disagree, and I disagree with Posey Parker on this as well, with this hold the line issue, because I think we need to be convincing people. It sounds like you're suggesting you've tried that and they're not going to be convinced. The centre ground.
What's your point, though?
Well, by using language that's going to make them think that we are the thing they think we are. They think we're evil.
Hold on. By using language that makes them think we're going to think we are, the think what? I'm missing your point.
The Rory Stewarts, the Ian Hislops, the Emily Maitlisses of this world.
Emily Maitlis.
Yeah.
She crucified herself. Did you see?
No.
Oh my God, it was so good.
When?
If you not watched it, you must immediately have it into this podcast. Emily Maitlis covering Trump winning on the night of the election. She was Channel 4's team. If you haven't watched it, you have got to watch it.
I saw Rory screw himself over big
Get
time.
naked in the shower.
Yep.
Get Emily Maitlis, Channel 4 coverage of that. You will have your best shower of your life. I'm just saying, she completely...
Do you have a TV in the shower? What do you mean?
I'm just giving you titillating ideas of
Have
how
a
you might
shower.
entertain yourself. Maybe you do. You're that glib. Maybe you do. You oil yourself down and watch the Channel 4 coverage.
I will.
Honestly, just as a bit of light refreshment in your life, because I think you could do with it. Watch her implode. She loses it. She swears repeatedly. Her co-presenter has to apologise for her, and she hasn't worked since.
Wow. Well, look, I think they're insane. I think these insane centrists with huge audiences. It's
brilliant.
But I think if we really want to win this ideological
carry
battle,
on back to they,
we need to be very careful not to use language. I
don't.
A little bit careful.
Do you?
Final solution? That I think we have to be
You
more
gone
careful.
back to the tweet again?
This is my point. It's my point. I'm not going back to it. I'm still on it. The point is, we have to be careful not to say things like that, because then we're not going to convince them. And then Keir Starmer comes out
in a tweet.
Because
We've got people ramming Christmas markets, and you're talking about words on a tweet.
We can do both.
This is the frustration.
We can do both.
Oh, hush thy mouth. You cannot possibly be trying to make a point about a tweet 5 years ago that saw me. I mean, let's just say you're right? Mm-hmm. Let's say it's appalling. It's shocking, right? Let's say writing, we need a lasting solution to terror, final solution. It's terrible. Let's say, so I should be punished, yeah? If this is the way this goes, it's a terrible thing to do, punish her.
I'm not concerned with punishing you.
No, let me finish my point.
Go on.
So punish me, right? Oh, okay, we'll take her job away. Okay, we'll take her home away. Okay, we'll come for her kids. At what point is someone punished enough? You see what I'm saying?
No, absolutely. But I want to get to the bottom of how we should speak about this, because Keir Starmer is using it. And I think it undoes the work that a lot of us do, and the work that you do. It undoes that when we use those kinds of words. And it gives him an excuse, that authoritarian lunatic, to get up there and start saying the far right. Look at these tweets, sometimes from Tommy.
It's really odd that you're doing this. You're imagining the world as if it's logical and makes sense. You're imagining it as if it's coming from the bottom up, as if it's coming from what did someone tweet on a Tuesday whilst they were sat in Middlesbrough. Of course it's not coming from the bottom up. This is coming from large globalists who want total control. This is coming from heads of churches, heads of charities, heads. This is not coming from someone's tweet. Oh, let's react to it.
But we're giving them fuel. We're giving them excuses.
This is about, we have to stand stronger than ever before. And Trump right now is laying out the roadmap of how we deal with weakness. And you deal with weakness with strength. And that is one of the reasons I'm still around, is because I'm seen as having strength. And you said we must, I say, we should just let some people go.
Katie Hopkins is absolutely right. She has impeccable instincts, I would say, just like Donald Trump. The words, what she said earlier was fantastic. She said, this is not a rational, logical world. You will not convince somebody through the rationality of your argument, through the, facts and logic. At the end of the day, facts and logic aren't going to do the trick. It's all about the rhetoric. And you absolutely need people like Katie Hopkins, like Donald Trump, who will say what a lot of people are thinking, but are too scared to say. And apparently Katie Hopkins made a tweet a few years ago talking about a final solution to the to the mass migration problem, which upset a lot of people. Okay, so be it. Donald Trump is notorious for saying all sorts of things, but it's all pushing the Overton window. And, soon, hopefully, we'll be shattering the Overton window, or it'll be so wide that everyone will have to come catching up to us, those of us who stand for the good and the beautiful and the true. Katie Hopkins, absolutely brilliant. Let's keep watching.
Some people are just morons and you have to let them go. It's an old marketing thing. Some people are unavailable. Some people are available. Some people are acceptors. Some people are adopters. Some people will adore you. Some people are unavailable to ever being changed. They are the climate change nutters. They are the Islamists. They are the people who are wacky weirdos. We have to let them go. If we waste our energy and time, if we try and in any way bring them with us, we can't. Keir Starmer's over there. We have to let him go, and he will be gone.
But not for some years.
Well, if things run according to how they are, supposed to.
You must understand what I'm saying, that more people, a larger percentage of society would be willing to give your views a chance if you didn't quite go that far with some of the tweets. What was that Dear Black People one?
So old, though. You're dredging so hard. You must be dredging Wikipedia from like the 1990s.
Well, I did a lot of research for this, Katie.
You didn't. You read Wikipedia. You already told me that's how you research, is by looking on Wikipedia.
Hang on,
that's what you said before we started.
That's unfair.
You told me you read Wikipedia.
I read Wikipedia, which I know
is where you're getting all this from.
Which I know has a leftist ideological slant.
It doesn't matter, but
and
it's
Wikipedia
also
was one of the sources where I found some of the things.
It's very old. You're not looking at anything I've done in the last 5 years, because I haven't done a single tweet of that nature in the last 5 years. I haven't gone near any of these conversations in the last 5 years because I'm trying to move forwards. You are trying to move backwards. So at this point in the interview, you need to decide, what are we doing, going backwards or forwards?
You can understand that an interviewer who doesn't ask about those things, and this is an hour long, but this is we're talking to Katie, I'm talking to Katie. This is not a 10-minute what's the subject of the day.
I realised that when I agreed to come on your podcast.
So how can I not mention those things? You must have known I would have done.
You have mentioned them.
Well, there we go. Good.
What answer is that? So there we go.
There we go. I have mentioned them. What's wrong with that?
So there we go.
It's 4 words. Why does counting the words make a difference?
Because you don't like...
I have to have a certain number of words in each sentence.
Because you don't like to allow the person you've invited on to close out a phrase. So if I say something that is an end point to a phrase, you still have to add something. Well, you won't do it now because I can see your brain working, thinking I'll let her finish this one. But so there we go. It's like that's what a child would say when they're answering back. Oh.
I think the reason I said it, you put me in a position there where if I say something, I'm doing the thing you predicted I'd say, and exactly. Yeah, it's smart. It's a tactical chess kind of thing going, but it doesn't mean I'm wrong. I have to ask those things. You've admitted that. I go, so there we go. I put a line under it. Of course, I had to ask those things. I don't think I've ever done anything wrong. And in the last year, what about? I mean, look,
I think Wikipedia is really lazy. That's all.
Okay, but the things that I did get from Wikipedia, among many, many other sources, were true. You did write those things. And
when did I say I didn't write those things? Sorry.
The suggestion that I use Wikipedia, which people often use.
It was true. You did write those things. When did I say I didn't write those things?
What was the problem with me using Wikipedia then?
No, I asked, when did I say I didn't write those things?
The suggestion... either I might be wrong, and maybe you didn't mean to suggest that you didn't say that. The suggestion was Wikipedia.
No. You said I suggested I didn't write those things. I've never, ever suggested I didn't write those things. I said I absolutely did write those things.
Okay.
In fact, I repeated them.
Okay, well, I'm wrong. Why was I wrong then to use Wikipedia?
Well, a little bit of a spat there between Katie and the interviewer, but overall, I love Katie's approach. Don't apologize. Yeah, she's obviously saying she's toned down her rhetoric apparently in the last few years, and there's something to be said for that, but never apologize for it, especially if it was right. Unless you made a mistake, apologize for that. But I still think her instincts are spot on, just like Donald Trump's. She greatly admires Trump, obviously, and this is an ongoing battle. If anybody knows that, it's Katie Hopkins. She has been in the trenches for years now, on behalf of all of us, and she has suffered greatly for it. So I am delighted to see she's still going strong. I hope she's keeps going strong for many more years. Let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. A lot of you are watching these videos but not subscribing, so please do subscribe. It really helps me grow the channel and continue making content for you.